Welcome back to Jaxx Vane Studio Live, and we are number 50 today. Unbelievable. Good morning, Jaxx.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Do you want to start with your, do you have a plan? Do you even have a plan? Last night we saw a very nice video with the New Zealand and the American boat together in the water. And they are not really allowed, from what I understand, they're not really allowed to race. They're not really allowed to do speed test, moving around. So I think it was one of the first time that we actually, you can see them maneuvering. You can see actually people moving from one side of the boat to another, which is interesting. And also the other thing that was interesting, Jaxx, was that the foil design is different.
Yeah.
So New Zealand has this flat foils. Yeah. So you see that this foil is got a little bit of a Y shape. Right? It's going like this. And that's very similar to what the American boat has, but the New Zealand boat foil were actually completely T. So they were completely
like this.
Flat. Yeah, more like that. So that's the amazing thing about the America's Cup. It's like very, very similar to Formula One, where every boat goes there with different solutions. The problem could be that exactly like in Formula One, the risk is that you have one boat that is obviously superior to all the other boats, which is something that happened in 2000 when Luna Rossa made it to the America's Cup final against New Zealand, and New Zealand was so much faster than Luna Rossa that there was no race, and I think it ended up 7-0 or something like that. It was a massacre.
Today my plan for today is I think I'm gonna do the mainsail traveler.
All right.
Yeah, wait,
Which from the videos from yesterday,
I'm gonna show.
it looks like it's hidden.
Can I show it, po?
You can show
Google?
pictures of travelers, yeah.
Yeah,
So what is a traveler? Now that you are you saw the traveler in real life on the boat, right?
Yeah. This one, the black.
Yeah, the black. Okay, very nice explanation.
It's used to move the wing of the mainsail.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. But in that boat, it's hidden right here. So I have to put this a bit wider, I think. Yeah.
Once the America's Cup starts, we will modify a little bit.
This is not really precise.
Also, yeah. Hopefully, a lot of things will be clear. My theory, we were talking a couple of streams in the past. We were talking about how they are going to see the foils, and the theories were that they will have some kind of sensor. But from what I saw, it looks to me like the fly controller. There is a video where you can actually see. It's very interesting because you can see an image of this guy that is So first of all, the guy is not on the side of the boat that is, oh my God, windward. So basically is not on the side of the boat where the wind is coming from. I'm trying to learn this language as well. Where the wind is coming from, they're actually on the other side of the boat. So it's the opposite of the catamaran. Right? On the catamaran, we're always on the part of the boat that sort of gets out, and we watch the foil under the catamaran. Right? With this boat, it's impossible. They won't be able to see that. But from what I saw in the video, the flight controller, so it's sitting on the other side of the boat. So you can see him sort of leaning out, watching the foil, and he's holding some kind of controller. And the very interesting thing that really shows you how much secrecy there is in this thing is that in that video, they went and they blurred the actual controller. So you know, so they can show the video, but the actual controller, it was blurred. So not to give an advantage to the other boats to see, that's how they're flying their boats like this. And God knows what they're using. Who knows if they're using, you know, a wheel controller like SailGP, or more like a joystick or a tablet. It could be literally anything, because it was all blurred.
They put mosaic.
Yeah, and this is a huge problem for us, because at this point we have two options. We will either have the helmsman at the same side of the flight controller, so the helmsman would be on the downside as well, with a little bit of the sail taking a little bit of space in the screen and hiding where it's really going, and hopefully we will be able to see the foil in the water. Or if we are not able to do that, we will have to put something on the HUD of the screen that is showing where the foil is. So interesting, and won't be able to know this until we have the boat in the game and start playing with the driving position and actually realize what they can really see and what they can really not see. And that's something, Jaxx, I mean, if we need to do some adjustment, if we will need to for example, change the position and move that could be changes that I might ask you, like for example, move the helm at the back of the boat.
Yeah.
So more like the SailGP. So the helm at the back and all the grinders in front. Because right now I think you put the helm in the middle, right?
Mm-mm.
Right. Okay. As for me, I have to finishing up this wind gust thing that I'm doing, but I got a little bit bored of that. So probably today, at a certain point, if I reach a point where I'm sort of happy with it, I would probably switch to something else, which is this idea of having both setup presets. And I will start with, let me write it here, with the rudder differential part. I think it will be also interesting to have the possibility to dynamically switch control of some element of the boat to the AI. So for example, what I was thinking from a gameplay point of view, I was thinking about a scenario where I can say, let the AI take control of the sails for the next 20 seconds while I can concentrate in doing something else. And this could be unlimited, like, you know, the player could give the control to the AI for the sails or the foils for an unlimited amount of time, or for a limited amount of time, or for zero, right? And that's could be something that every single server that is running the race can actually set up and decide, you know, okay, how hard and realistic you want it, right? Obviously, you can imagine the risk is that the player will give foil and sail control, for example, when the boat is changing direction, right? Say, all right, you get the foil when we are turning or we are tacking, and it becomes easier because the AI is able to do a good job, a better job than a player. Right. So what I'm trying to do right now is to write this function, which is translated from the world, a world position to a map. I did some work. I started to do like the physical actual map for the wind. So now I have to write the function to translate from world position to this. And this function is important because it's going to be the same function that the shader will use. And I have to make sure that they actually agree. So that's going to be most of the job today. Like, try to make sure that what I see on the screen corresponds to to what is there in the map. This is TVS true wind speed I've seen from the boat, right? So this becomes the physics state of the boat, wind state, speed knots. Right, this should work. This should already give me a variable. As I move, I should already read slightly different wind. Let's see if it works. Bang. Perfect. It works perfectly. Right. Okay. So where are we? So it's crashing. We're crashing. Okay. So very interesting. So we can see straight away here that the official wind speed is 14 knots, but right now with the boat we're seeing 11.2 because we are in an area of less wind. Right. So the question is this going to influence? Is this something that I can feel when I'm sailing? So now I have more wind. Now I have 16. Now the point is that we have to connect the graphics with the physics now. Looks like there are more parts with one, so it's definitely higher than what we had before. So higher values in the wind map will give us less reflection on the sea. But so we're good. So that's good. To even have a hope of agreeing, we should have our water shader. So how is our water shader doing? Our water shader, we should add float to world to map, exactly like we do with the thing. And this comes in with a position, right? And the code does exactly what our world to map does, which is this guy. So we need to translate this guy in HLS, yeah, which is way more detailed. It's not like a big thing. We need to see it better. So what we're going to do, I'm scared that this will crash the game because HLSL will optimize away lots of variables and textures. Let's see. Okay, it works. That's good. So this is the purlin that we have. I don't think so. Alrighty. Okay. That's better. So now, can we actually see that? So we are in a we are in a dark spot, and I'm reading 11 knots. So in theory, if I go to a more bright spot, very difficult because the HDR system is auto adjusting. I think I should do it from the top, but maybe it's much better if I let the AI do this. It's so disorienting. Let me have the AI do this. If the AI still works, I don't remember if the AI works. Okay, here we go. It should increase a little bit, and it's doing it. Increase, increase, increase. That then we should get higher here. It's increasing. I can't believe I was so lucky to to get the UV right. That's something that will never happen to me. But let's wait for the gate. We have this dark spot. Nah, the eye is not really going there. So it's going down. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. I think it's one of the first time in my life that I got UV at the first shot. Oh no, it's going back there, stupid AI, why you don't go here? But it looks to me like it's working. So this shit is working. So I can put the water shader back. Just for fun, let me do a race against the AI. So bot count. And let me get rid of that ghost. Fair enough. Where do we render? Okay, we render it here. I think what I could do, do I have a game mode here? Self game mode. Yes, I have the game mode. So what I can do, I can do match self game mode. Right, so if we are in single player, if single player bot count is 0, so only if we are racing by ourselves, we will render the ghost boat. Otherwise, we don't. I have to try to. Is the eye there? Here it is. Fucking hell, the eye is so fast. Look at that. Super fast. That was a sweet, sweet, sweet jibe. Nice and easy. We are in the race. We are totally in the race. Come on, come on. Let's try to fly a little bit higher. messy, very messy. Very, I knew it, I was falling. Very messy over there. And if I try to turn too fast, it's like I completely lose control of what's going on. Too many things, my brain is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I doing? Like sail, foil, wrong. I didn't even raise my foils. I have to practice, I have to practice. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 seconds. Beat me by 13 seconds. Right, so this is I don't know. I don't know how to reproduce this, so looks like it's alright. This game is really difficult. Let me see how difficult it is. If let's say I give the sails to the AI. Let's see how easier it becomes. So go to the maximum speed. Right. Let's go. Let's see how easier it is. So I'm only foiling. It's a completely different experience. I really have a feeling that doing the 3 things is too much. It's just too much. Look how more relaxing is this. I'm only thinking about foiling and helm. And in fact, I'm doing, well, I did fall from the foils, but I'm definitely a little bit more competitive. Brain is just free to breathe. This is so cool. It looks wrong. It looks so ridiculous. Don't fall, don't fall. Okay, let me see if with the automatic sail I can go around this without making a mess. Yeah. So much easier. So much easier. It's way more relaxing with the eye controlling the sail. The point is that I like to play controlling everything because it really gives me more of a feel of what is happening in the game. With the eye controlling the sails is removing a huge element of boat control. So, you know, if I have some kind of bug there, it's going to be very difficult to spot because the eyes will be hiding that bug from me because I'm not thinking at all right now at sails.
Hello, the Dam God. Hello, Principal, sir.
Hey, the Dam God arrived. Interesting. This guy is trying to go this way. Interesting. So we got an AI, but it won't be able to foil. So bye bye. I'm going to pass you because you're an idiot and you don't understand that. That you should go that way and start foiling instead of sitting there like an idiot, hoping for a miracle that will not happen. when it starts to move like this, the boat, it becomes, and because we are going fast, we're going 40 now, so the boat becomes really twitchy. The waves are moving in our direction really fast, and it's very difficult to follow the waves and stay on the foils. Then we can get into this state where the boat stop moving and it's a little bit more stable. The thing that I'm considering is that right now I have like 2 keys where I can move my view like this. I was thinking that perhaps instead of having this, I could have 1 key that points to the closest opponent, and 1 key that points to the next gate. All right, so let's see how much they gave to me this time. So as soon the one there change direction is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Yes, I'm driving with a mouse. Now we have physics and graphics showing us the right thing. I will have to work more on the graphics to make it a little bit more obvious where the wind is, but they are synchronized. So now we have just a recap. Also, I can put this on YouTube. So just to recap, so now we have different parts of the sea as these different colors, and these different colors represent different intensity of for the wind. It's not that easy to see right now. You can see it better actually if you are low, because the way it's working is actually changing the amount of reflection that the water has. So the darker parts have more wind, and the wind is sort of making the water crunchy and moves the water around, which scatters the reflection. So you get this kind of situation. And what is happening is that now we have 2 values for the wind. So one is the one that, for example, it will be shown if you're watching a race in multiplayer, it will tell you, right, the wind is 14 knots, but this is going to be the average wind. And this other value is the value that my boat is actually experiencing at this time. And in this moment, the wind that we're experiencing is 13.8. So it's not exactly the same. So wherever you're moving here in different part of the ocean is going to change. One thing that we need to add, and actually let me write this down for next time after I do this, is wind gusts movement. So we will have this effect sort of move in the map, so it doesn't always stay in the same place, right? Yes, so some part actually, let me write down the other thing that, so wind gust movement and wind gusts heading variation. So we will also have different parts of the area will have the direction of the wind slightly different. Right, so we won't have the wind constantly in one direction, but it's moving a little bit. As I was explaining last time, actually on YouTube, I said the wrong thing. I was thinking the right thing. The wind gradient is how the wind change in relation of the height from the water, right? So the bottom of the boat, the lower part of the boat, so the lower part of the sails, will see a wind that is lower than the top part of the boat, and that's It's going to create interesting effects and interesting settings for the sail. So it's not going to be only one setting for the sail, but different settings, so you can influence the angle of the sail at different heights, right? So you can actually get the correct wind. Let's go with the appointments before closing. I will be online tomorrow morning for Assetto Corsa Competizione Artificial Intelligence. So see you tomorrow morning, probably also in the afternoon tomorrow, like we did last time. Try to push as much as possible on Assetto Corsa Competizione. And me and Jaxx, we will be back Friday morning.
Yeah.
Friday morning, we come back with a sailing game. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
See you next time, guys. Have a good lunch.